I thought everything was finally over. After the wedding, after the truth came out, after everyone saw who they really were, I thought I could move on. Start over. Forget everything. But a week later, I got a message from a number I didn't recognize. I know what he did to you. I froze. I didn't reply at first. I didn't want more drama. But then another message came. You weren't the first. My heart dropped. What do you mean? I typed, I'm one of them. Everything went silent. She told me everything slowly, like she was afraid to say too much. He told me you were his crazy ex, that you couldn't let go. I almost laughed. Of course he did. That's what liars do. They rewrite the story, make themselves the victim. So how many are there? I asked. There was a pause. Then she replied, more than you think. That's when I realized this wasn't just betrayal. This was a pattern. And I wasn't special. I was just another girl in his story. But something inside me changed. I wasn't going to ignore this. Not anymore. But that wasn't even the worst part. Because the more she told me, the darker it got. She sent screenshots, messages, proof, and every single one looked exactly like mine. The same words, the same lies, the same fake love. I thought I was the only one, she said. So did I replied. We both stayed silent for a moment, because now we both knew the truth. Then she added something that made my stomach twist. There's a group. A group? Yes, girls like us. Girls like us. That phrase hit harder than anything else. She sent me a link. I hesitated, but I clicked it anyway. And what I saw changed everything. The group was real. Dozens of women, sharing stories, screenshots, proof, and every story felt familiar, too familiar. He said the same thing to me. He promised me the same future. He disappeared after I trusted him. Message after message, story after story. I scrolled for hours, my hands shaking, because this wasn't just my heartbreak anymore. This was something bigger, something planned. And then I saw his name again, and again, and again. That's when it hit me. This wasn't a mistake. This was who he was. I couldn't sleep that night. My mind wouldn't stop, because now I had a choice. I could walk away, pretend none of this existed, or I could do something about it. The next morning, I made my decision. I texted her, I'm in. We started talking more, planning, sharing everything we knew. And slowly, a picture started forming. This wasn't random. He had a system, a way of finding girls, a way of making them trust him, and a way of disappearing. But this time, he wasn't going to disappear. And that's when everything changed. Because we decided we weren't going to stay silent. We gathered everything. Messages, photos, voice notes, proof after proof. It wasn't just about revenge. It was about stopping him. I don't want another girl to go through this, she said. Neither do I replied. We picked a day, a time, a moment, where everything would come out. And honestly, I was scared. Because once we did this, there was no going back. The day came faster than I expected. My hands were shaking, my heart racing, but I didn't stop. We posted everything, all of it, at once. At first, nothing happened, just silence. Then, notifications started coming in. Likes, comments, shares. People were reading, reacting, talking. And just like that, his perfect image started to break. But what happened next? I didn't expect at all. My phone started ringing. Again and again. It was him. I didn't answer. Not at first. But he kept calling. Over and over again. Finally, I picked up. "Please, take it down," he said, his voice shaking. "You're ruining my life." I stayed silent for a moment. Then I said, "You did that yourself." And for the first time, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Peace. I thought that was the end. I really did. But later that night, I got one last message from my sister. I didn't know about the others. I stared at the screen, not surprised, not angry, just tired. Because at that moment, I finally understood something. Some people don't change. They just get better at hiding. If you think this story is over, you're wrong. Because what I found out next was even worse. Subscribe to the Toxic Tales and don't miss what happens next.